Welcome to a new motorcycle video. My name is Jelle. Today we are at the TT Assen Junior track. So this track is actually the little brother of the more famous Assen TT track, which is behind the wall over there. There's also something going on at the moment. I'm not sure what exactly, but I think something with motorcycles, because yeah, the Assen track is quite famous. If I'm correct, there are quite a big races held here, but I'm not from this area, so I'm not really sure. Anyway, today we are at the junior track, and as you can tell, there are a lot of motorcycles right now, and we are going to have more like motor training. So you will go on a smaller track, which is over here. You will see it soon. So yeah, the small track is mainly to hone your skills and to get better in mostly the tight corners. So this is, I think, maximum 100 kilometers here. I'm not sure, but we will see. So yeah, we will get in line. Today I brought along the trusty Naked SV again, which seems perfectly suited for this track. After my bike was checked for having good brakes and tires, then I need to go to the meeting area, which was along the track itself, and there you will meet your instructors and fellow riders. There are 3 different groups that take turn in riding. I'm in group 2, which means we ride after group 1 is finished, and then group 3 will come. Each group has 5 sessions of 10 minutes, giving you the chance to practice every time it's your turn. So hopefully when it's session 5, you will ride better than session 1, of course. The first session is mainly to get used to the track and see how everyone is doing. We start with the test lap, and then the pace is gradually increased. I won't show much of this session since it's done at a low speed and everybody's just focusing on looking where to go. Before we continue, I want to talk about body positions, because each session we got told by the instructors on what to focus on. So I will talk about every body position which was discussed from session 1 to session 5. If you want to skip this, it's possible, of course. I will provide timestamps. Okay, so as I told you guys in the beginning, I had 5 sessions. So you start the day at session 1, of course, and then each session will be 10 minutes, and then you have 5 sessions along the day, and through those sessions you will work mainly on your body position. So not necessarily on the fastest lap times, but more to focus on riding safe and improve your body position. So the first actual session, the instructors told us to mainly focus on looking. So if you sit on the bike, then be a bit more leaning towards the front and look towards the exit. That was actually the only really focus point, besides following the instructor and see what lines the guy or girl was driving. Okay, for the second lesson, it was more focusing on actually moving your upper body. So instead of just leaning to the front and looking, now it was more to the outside, but only with the top of the body. So you were going like this, you point your elbow to the outside if you go to the left, and the second hand, your arm over here, you will actually stretch it more. So you have a body position like this, and then you would look to the turn. This will be a setup for later on, so you can push your leg into the tank because you're more hanging like this and pressure will build up here, which makes the bike want to turn more. So for the third session, we actually want to improve this even more by leaning even more, and then maybe put your knee to the outside as well. Also, instead of sitting towards the tank, it was now more towards the back and then lean more to the side. So now you really start to see the body position that the racers have. So for session 4, we actually started focusing on the lower body. Of course, we could use our knees while driving, but it was not a focus point. But now it was. So the thing is that you are, if you go to the left corner and you are looking to the exit, you are moving your body, you're going to the back, your knees naturally wants to get out. And now you can actually do it, but also keep in mind your feet. You want to position your feet on the tip of your shoe. This would mean you have more ground clearance if you compare it to a position like this. Your feet would easily hit the ground and maybe even you twist it if your feet scrapes the ground in worst case. This would mean, this is for the inside foot. For the outside foot over here, you would actually position your feet in the middle. The reason for this is that you can actually put your knee more towards the tank and you have a better grip over here. So in session 4 we also started to work with the buttocks. If you are coming up to a corner and you would go left, for example, you actually want to position your buttocks a bit to the left. So your left buttocks will be slightly out the motorcycle. And if you're going right, you actually want to put your right buttocks a bit out the motorcycle. It actually would look like this then a bit. You are on the steering wheel. Of course you have to watch out I don't fall. But now my outside buttocks is out, my knee is out, I have my arm, my elbow, and I'm low. And I'm looking towards the exit. This would be more like the end goal position. Of course I'm also learning, so don't take it for granted what I'm saying, but it has facts in it, of course. So yeah, that was it for all the 4 sessions. And then the 5th one was actually putting it all together, which you will see in the coming video. So you could actually do everything. The body positioning, the leaning out, looking towards the corner, the choosing of the lines, everything is coming together. Of course you need more sessions than 5 to master it, but yeah, you definitely see an improvement. So let's go to the session 5 and see how it looks right now. I am now showing you clips from the 4th session where we already made solid improvements as a group. Riding right behind the instructor is the most fun in my opinion, because you really have a clear vision of their body position and the racing lines they take. that was it for 5 sessions on the Junior TT Assen track. Now the instructors all are driving. I hope there is not too much noise. Yeah, it was, as to be expected, a very technical track. Maybe in the middle part you can actually drive pretty hard, but maybe maximum 100 to 120 kilometers, I guess. So most of the track is actually below 80, often like 30. So very slow, but it's not a problem because you can focus on driving well, your technique, your body position. So that is quite nice to go to a small track like this one for that, if you want to improve your cornering capabilities at lower speeds. Also, it's very nice organization, nice people, very focused on safety. So we had one instructor in the front and one instructor in the back, and they were providing vision for the whole group, and they giving orders what to do and what not to do. All in all, a very nice day. It's a bit far from my home, but otherwise I would definitely come back more often. Yeah, it's good to practice your skills. Luckily, I have another motorcycle track event planned next week on Friday, which will be in Lelystad, Midland circuit. So yeah, looking forward for that one, because then you can build upon what you did today. So that is nice. So yeah, that was it for this video. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you want to come to a track like this one, or maybe you've been here, yeah, would love to know. And see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.